So the snow has well and truly arrived at the site here, and there's not much activity happening today, but what I wanted to show you was the larch cladding. Now you'll have seen from some previous videos the larch cladding has been put in place, and I just wanted to explain to you the process of applying the larch cladding, and then in the second part to this video, which will be the part of this video, but we'll go inside and talk about how this is costed out to give you some idea of the costing to put larch cladding in place. So with this house we have put larch cladding, mainly it is over the top areas of the house, and if we just walk around you'll see that, and what's going to go underneath that is the stonework, which you can now see is actually being put in place. It can't be worked on at the moment because it's kind of too cold to do that, but eventually that stonework, as you'll see from this house next door, will eventually lead up to where the larch cladding finishes off. But there are some sections where the larch cladding will continue on. So if we look at the side of the house, you will see there that this is all larch cladding. There is actually no stonework. Where those corners are exposed, that's going to be stonework there. And what we actually did in this situation was, because we still had the scaffolding up, and because you can't work with stonework while the scaffolding is up, we put the larch cladding in place first, and so we are building up to building the stonework up to the larch cladding. Now a lot of people will do it the other way around. They will actually build the larch, they will put the stonework in place and then they will add the larch cladding on top of that. But that is much more time consuming. It means you can't use the advantage of having the scaffolding. It has to be done by ladder, and therefore the labour cost goes up, and so that's why we've done it this way around. Now having said that, we've now reached a place on the stonework where they need to install back some scaffolding just so that they can work up from that level, so they built it up to a certain height. Anyway, let's go around and have a look at how the larch cladding is applied. In this house, the larch cladding is being applied on top of the blockwork. So we start with the inner part, which is timber frame kit, then we have the blockwork, and then we've got the cladding or stonework is going to be the outer leaf. Now it actually is possible to have built this without putting in the blockwork. However, the architect designed it this way, and therefore as we entered this project with everything in place, we had to go along with that. It would have made much more sense not to have had the blockwork, and that has created further cost implications because the blockwork was put there, meant that we have to have wider foundations. However, that's what we've got, and that's what we've proceeded with. So you will see on there that there are this strapping that goes along, which is what the larch cladding is then applied to, and then the boards are overlapped, as you will see on this bit here, from there to there. Let me just go around there and give you a slightly better view of that. So as you see here, this is the overlap of the board, and then you've got that underneath, and then the next board will then overlap to cover that there. So now let's go inside and work on the costings. So I have in front of me the quote from the company that supplied us with the Siberian Larch. That's a company called Russwoods. They are based in Newtonmore, which is in the north of Scotland, and they delivered the larch cladding to site. Now what they advised me was that you require 8 linear meters of larch per 1 square meter. So we had 1,040 linear meters, and that was to cover 130 square meters. However, they also recommend that you have an additional 10 to 15% for wastage, because these boards are although they will allow them up to, they can give you them up to 6 linear meters in length, they are unlikely to be long enough for certain parts of what you are trying to achieve. So there's going to be some wastage. Also, the ends can be a little bit rough sometimes, so you're going to have to trim them, and so you're going to have to basically join the boards together. And so the people who actually did the joining on this, which is Stuart Donaldson and his guys, they did a very good job. And what they actually did was that they chamfered the boards so as that there was a slope from the one coming down. So they cut that, and then the other one was then cut to match it, and that has the effect of allowing any water that's dripping down to flow off the board, so as that the water is not being retained there, which would be if you had a join that basically went joint to join. So that was a very good technique. We used stainless steel even nails, so stainless steel nails to do that. And that essentially was the job complete. Obviously, there were, as I showed you in the video, there was some branding that had to be done in order to support the timber frame as it went onto the blockwork, and there was screws that basically went through that into to fix that into the blockwork. So that was supplied by a local builder's merchant. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a like, which will be down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers now, and really could do with your help. And it shows the support for our videos, particularly if you're finding them of value. And remember, in the next few weeks, we'll be going to launch our membership site and app, which will be available on desktop and mobile. And so if you haven't already subscribed to that, you'll find a link if you're on desktop up above. There's a link there, and if you're on desktop or mobile, then you'll find there's a link in the description below. And I look forward to speaking to you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos, then click to watch the next video. Please remember to visit our website at builditandprosper.com, Together app, or click on the button on the YouTube header if you're on desktop.